Maths magic multiplication.
Hello, together we are going to discover mathemagics. Thanks to this memorizing technique, you are going to remember your multiplication tables in record time. All the characters you will meet represent a number. For example, the number 4 is represented by Vampfor, the vampire. You will learn your multiplication tables by looking at the really funny cartoons. And finally, there are some quizzes to test what you have learnt. You will see you will make progress as quick as lightning. Wonderwand represents the number 1. Wonderwand is a magic wand who loves to play tricks. She changes everyone she touches into a clown. And Wonderwand
Gone. 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 Gone.
Well done. Now you know Wonderwand. 1 times 1. Mrs. Wonderwand can't help playing tricks on her friends. When she comes across Mr. Wonderwand, she casts a spell and changes him into a Wonderwand clown. 1 times 1 is 1. Two squeaks represents the number 2. Two Squeaks is a very timid mouse. She gives a piercing screech when she is frightened. And Two Squeaks.
2. 2. 2. 2.
Well done. Now you know Two Squeaks. What's the story of 2 times 2? When Mrs. Two Squeaks meets Mr. Two Squeaks, she invites him to share a magnificent slice of cheese. Mrs. Two Squeaks nibbles a corner at the bottom, and Mr. Two Squeaks nibbles a corner at the top. The two mice aren't hungry anymore. They put the rest of their meal to one side, which has taken the shape of a 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Threekenstein represents the number 3. Threekenstein is a monster who has a tendency to break into 1,000 pieces. And Threekenstein
3. 3. 3. 3.
Well done. Now you know Threekenstein. What's the story of 3 times 3? Little Threekenstein loves jumping in big muddy puddles. But Mummy Threekenstein really doesn't like him doing it, but not at all. She immediately dashes to get the shower. In the form of a 9. Hee, Operation Washdown can start. 3 times 3 is 9. Vampfor represents the number 4. Vampfor is a vampire who loves biting all that is around him. And Vampfor
4. 4. 4.
Now you know. Vamp 4. What's the story of 4 times 5? Vamp 4 isn't very good with matches. He tries as hard as he can to strike them, but he can never do it. Suddenly, Flaming 5 arrives, and Vamp 4 has an idea. He bites the dragon's tail, who breathes out an enormous flame in the shape of a 2. At last, Mr. Vamp 4's pumpkin, which is in the shape of a 0, is finally alight. 4 times 5 is 20. Flaming 5 represents the number 5. Flaming 5 is a dragon who likes setting fire to things. He can't help breathing flames. And Flaming 5.
5. 5. 5. 5.
Well done. Now you know. Flaming 5. What's the story of 5 times 6? When Flaming 5 sees Scorpy 6 going by, he wants to tame him. He gets out his whip, and he cracks it in the shape of a 3, and breathes out a flame to light the magnificent ring of fire in the shape of a 0. Aha! So who's the strongest now? 5 times 6 is 30. Scorpy 6 represents the number 6. Scorpy 6 is a scorpion who uses his sting to frighten others. And Scorpy 6.
6. 6. 6. 6.
Well done. Now you know. Scorpy 6. What's the story of 6 times 8? When Scorpy 6 meets Spooky 8, he can't help playing a trick on him and lifts up his sheep. Poor Spooky 8 suddenly feels a draft. Feeling very embarrassed, he hides behind a cactus in the shape of a 4 and makes himself some clothes out of thorns and flowers. Spooky 8 has regained his shape of an 8. 6 times 8 is 48. Ram 7 represents the number 7. Ram 7 is a mummy who is so old she has been wearing the same bandages for centuries. And Ram 7.
7. 7. 7. 7.
Well done. Now you know. Ram 7. What's the story of 7 times 7? It's the new year. Granny Ram 7 and Grandpa Ram 7 are having a party. Grandpa wants to play a trick on Granny. He blows his party trumpet right in her ear. Granny Ram 7 is so surprised, she loses her hat in the shape of a 4. She angrily seizes Grandpa's toy, which is in the shape of a 9, and gets rid of it once and for all. Come on, the party's over. Time for bed. 7 times 7 is 49. Spooky 8 represents the number 8. Spooky 8 is a ghost who loves frightening her friends. Then Spooky 8.
8. 8. 8. 8.
Well done. Now you know. Spooky 8. What's the story of 8 times 9? When Spooky 8 the ghost sees Slimy 9, he rushes to give him a fright. Slimy 9 jumps and bumps into a set of armour in the shape of a 7, which loses an arm in the shape of a 2. 8 times 9 is 72. Slimy 9 represents the number 9. Slimy 9 is a worm that everyone wants to eat. Luckily, he can hide underground. Then, Slimy 9.
9. 9. 9. 9.
Well done. Now you know. Slimy 9. What's the story of 9 times 10? When Slimy 9 meets the potion Magi 10, it makes him very, very hungry. He dives headfirst into the cauldron and comes out feeling very full. He gives an enormous magic burp and blows a bubble in the shape of a 0. 9 times 10 is 90. Magi 10 represents the number 10. Magi 10 is a magic potion who makes people give funny burps. And Magi 10.
10. 10. 10. 10.
Well done. Now you know. Magi 10. What's the story of 10 times 10? When the potion Magi 10 meets another one, it makes her very, very hungry. She dives headfirst into the cauldron and comes out feeling very full. She gives an enormous magic burp and blows a bubble in the shape of a 0. 10 times 10 is 100.